Hey, and welcome to my live broadcast again. And it's Saturday. I hope you're having a great Saturday. Relaxing, chilling, doing whatever you feel like doing, and just getting on with life for yourself a little bit. I love Saturdays, man. Saturdays is like, it's productive and yet it's just a chill time, you know. Hey, Janine, good to see you. Saturdays is a great day just to do some reflection. You know, I spend time on Saturdays just doing whatever my wife wants me to do. I'm really in charge on Saturdays. Yeah, pretty much. But what happens is I also have time to reflect and think about the things that I've accomplished through the week, and I begin to think of some of the challenges and things that I want to move forward in the next week. So I really use Saturdays just to slow down, think about stuff, and just focus myself for the week ahead. Hey, Edith. And of course we've got to do a bit of shopping and a bit of cooking, and because I love cooking. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Probably because I like food, but don't tell anybody. I love cooking and baking some breads and rolls and stuff like that. But here we are. Hey, and so today I want to talk a little bit about the key to reaching your world with success or successfully. And what am I talking about? And it's probably something you don't really want to talk about on a weekend, and that's communication. Communication. Because communication is the transference of information. And hey, well, part 2, here we go. Hope some of you can still get on that were on before. I don't know, it just suddenly said wireless connection not working. Everything else in the house is working. So I'm waiting very patiently for it to connect. But hey, that's the joys of Facebook Live and technology, etc. So, you know, the secret to moving is keep moving. Doesn't matter what happens. Don't be fazed by anything. Just keep going. That's the secret to everything. Okay, so here we go. We're still talking about reaching your world with success. Successfully reaching your world. We're talking about communication. Saturday might not be the day to think about or want to think about communication, but communication important. Doesn't matter what environment you're in, where you are, what role you're fulfilling. You could be working in a job, you could be leading an organization, enterprise, a team, or just initiating or communicating with customers. You need clarity on your communication. You've got to have a confident transference of information between 2 parties or 3 parties or 4 parties, however, but you've got to be able to do that. So, you know, somebody said this, you can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across, your ideas won't get you anywhere. Isn't that the truth? If you can have a brilliant concept, wonderful products and services, you can have inspiration, you can be an encourager, you can be dynamic in your gifting, and you have these incredible ideas, but if you do not know how to get it across to people, to the interested parties, and find the interested parties and give it to them in a way that is palatable and a way that they want to consume it, you're wasting your time. We're talking leadership here today. Come on. Leaders, the language of leaders is communication. So if you're ever going to be a leader, and you need to get up and become a leader, then you need to be able to communicate. It's important, okay? It's the key to reaching your world is communication. So, and we can use it off the platform of marketing or of sales or however you want to do it, or just within your team, but you've got to be able to communicate clearly. So let's look at a couple of things about communication. One is you need to be all communication starts with being a listener. You need to listen with purpose. You need to be an active listener, they say. You've got to be present in your listening. You can't just be listen to reply. A lot of people are, they can't wait to give you an answer. They can't help but chip in and interrupt and get in the way. Don't be like that. Listen with purpose. Listen for emotion. Listen for intention. Listen for agenda. Listen for priorities. Listen for feelings and emotion. Listen carefully, and you will actually be able to comprehend where that person is. Number 2, you need to always remind yourself that you are communicating. Even when you're not speaking, you're communicating. You're communicating with your non-verbal actions. And so your non-verbal actions, just your decisions, your choices, how you cope with things, how you respond, how you react, all communicate something to those around you. Number 3 is you need to have clear and concise messaging. Don't ramble. Have you met those people that just like bumble around, and they talk and talk and talk, but they never make any sense? Get to the point. What's the point? What's the point? You've got to have a point. You've got to have a focus. You've got to know what is your message. What value are you bringing? What are you about? Do people get you? You can't just ramble on stuff. Be focused, have clarity, and then don't go bam, 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 ramble, 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 and confuse your audience with all sorts of stuff that's irrelevant. Get concise. Get to the point. Make sure you are communicating clearly and concisely so that you package it quickly. So if somebody says, what do you do? Who are you? You're able to answer. What are you about? You know where you're going. You know what you're about. You've got to give that kind of clarity straight away. Number four is you've got to have attitude. You've got to have the right attitude. You've got to be friendly and you've got to be positive. If you're complaining, if you're moaning, if you're always down, if you're pessimistic, you know what? People don't want to hear that kind of communication. They want information. They want stuff that's going to help them. The world is in pain. The world is depressed. Have a look at how many drugs they take. They're depressed. They're looking for hope. You are a leader, and when you're a leader, you are an agent of hope. Therefore, communicate hope. Communicate positively. Communicate with friendliness. Be approachable. Be open-hearted. Be transparent. Be authentic. That's what authentic leaders do. As they open their heart and they allow people to touch them. Today, all kind of marketing and communication is not like a one-sided thing. It's about relationship. It's about connection. And you've got to have the right attitude for people to connect with you. If you are weird, if you are way out there somewhere, if you've got this paradigm, this perspective that doesn't allow anything in, you know what? You're going to lose people. So be open-hearted, be friendly, okay? Number 5, you've got to be confident. Confidence in communication, very important. If you're not confident about your message, if you're not confident about your content, if you're not confident about who you are and where you're going, people are not going to believe in you. They're not going to be convinced that what you're telling them is actually important. You want to get your ideas across with confidence. With passion, and confidence breeds a passion, and passion breeds influence and breeds inspiration. And that's when you get impact. So you've got to have that inside of you. You've got to have the confidence. How do you get confidence? You've got to have clarity on having a compelling message that you're reaching your audience with that you're reaching the stakeholders with. Number 6, you've got to have understanding with empathy. So in other words, you've got to have an open-mindedness. Not just an open-heartedness, but an open-mindedness means you're flexible. You respect others' points of view. You respect where they're coming from and their convictions. You respect their sense of destiny and their vision. You want to have an open-mindedness and a respect. And you must be able to give feedback and accept feedback. Many times people just leave you hanging. They don't give you any feedback. You've got to be open to feedback, open to giving people compliments and praise. Today, it's like if you give somebody a compliment, they think you want to run away with them. You know, it's like, what, the cow jumped over the moon kind of thing. No, you're not into that. You just want to be positively reinforcing in people's lives. You want to give them inspiration, encourage them, you know. So give them feedback, give them praise, acknowledge people for the good job they do, not just when it fits you, but acknowledge them for the positive things they're accomplishing in their life as well. The little things. Praise the little things, okay? Number 7. Wow, here we go. Last one. Number 7 is pick the right channels or platforms for your communication. This is how you influence your world with success, reaching your world with success. You've got to have the right channels. So, you know, when I'm dealing with my personal relationships, I'm not going to text them in the same house. I'm not going to be sending them a social media Instagram. Here's my selfie. I love you. You know, okay, sometimes that's cute, but, you know, not all the time. Michelle doesn't want to see little pictures of me on Instagram saying I love you and I'm not around for the rest of the time. No, man, she wants her back scratched and saying, I love you. She wants the personal touch, you know. So you got to pick your platform right. I better pick the platform right if I like the lady and I want it to like me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you do. So, and then you got to pick the right platforms for, you know, reaching your audience. Who are they? Where are they? I love Facebook because there's 2 billion people using Facebook every day. This is awesome. You know, so I might only be talking to 2 now, but that 2 grows, and I see the views grow as people have time to watch the live, and so it's growing. More and more people are getting it. Saturday they chilling, so they'll get this tonight, tomorrow, Monday, or something. Okay, but you choose your platform. I've got other platforms that I use: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, we got those things going, and Facebook. So you've got to choose your right platforms and your right channels on how you want to communicate. Don't throw social media in when you need to do the personal, but when you need to do the social media, do it. Get out there and communicate clearly, concisely, with confidence. Woohoo! All right, so let me say this. Communication must be hot. So give me a fire in the comments if you believe communication must be hot, baby. All right, what's hot? Hot is it's got to be honest, it's got to be open, and it's got to be two-way. In other words, you've got to give your side, but you've got to allow them their side too. That's why it's hot, okay? Honest, open, and two-way. Those are the 3 things you need in communication. All right, so over and out. This is Sean, and saying to you, hey, this is the No Fluff Results Only place to get your leadership tips, hints, and inspiration. You are on the march to becoming a great leader. I'm telling you, just hang out with me a little bit and we'll change your world. All right, so love you lots, and thanks for all the likes and shares, and give some fire in the comments. Come on, give some fire in the comments and say, yes, communication is hot. All right, love you lots, and we'll see you tomorrow right here. Cheers.